Welcome to the post-game show, UVA basketball on Locker Room Access. I am Mark Jerome, joined by T Dubs on the West Coast.
That's right.
T Dubs, I think our biggest lead was 25, if I'm not mistaken, and I thought it was a totally different level of energy in the second half. Moving, communication. Somebody said something at halftime to the boys, and they were much better.
Yeah, what were you seeing in terms of defense? Did it look? I mean, obviously it was more energy, but what do you think changed?
First of all, they scored. I think I saw one open shot in the second half by Coppin State. And that was, I think, supposed to on the screen. Is my mic coming up really bad?
Yeah, it's got a little bit of feedback.
Let me try to turn it down a bit. Still,
that's worse.
I'll try it. Looks like how's that? What's
That's
that?
good.
All right. So I only saw one open shot early on. I think Coppin State hit 3 shots in the first 10 minutes, first 8 minutes, and they were all contested. And then after that, I just saw so much communication, so much energy. I saw guys flying all over the court on defense. One or two guys got beat up the dribble in the whole second half. But the defense was much better up until the last 2-3 minutes of the game. In one JB, what'd you say?
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I thought coming out they looked a lot more crisp. I thought passes were more decisive. There was more cutting straight to the basket, trying to get some points up. Put them away quick and then go from there. Yeah, I agree with you too. I thought the defense did look a lot fundamentally more sound, if that makes sense. A lot less, confused cuts. They weren't, taking away too much. Coppin State did what it feels like most teams do when they get in that situation. They know they're kind of outmanned. They're down double digits, and they just start hitting, a couple threes here or there just to try to keep it close. I think I heard you guys talk about this in the pregame show. Is it just me, or does it seem like way more teams hit like random contested threes against us than anyone else?
It's going to happen, right? No one's going to go. Very rarely is someone going to go 2 for 47.
Yeah, true.
Right.
And I feel like teams know they got to shoot over the pack. Just like when you play a zone, you just know you're going to have to take some of those. So maybe the mentality is like, hey, I'm going to take and make a couple of these. I don't know.
That's been my underlying belief for years, is that teams just practice taking threes all week leading up to playing us.
Yeah, and I think Coppin State was just happy to be within 25 points.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? They never adjusted out of the zone. They were satisfied. Right? And we got comfortable on offense, moving the ball, sharing the ball, and we didn't shoot it great in the second half. Right? Sharma was who I really like. I like Sharma. I'm a Sharma fan. And when you watch a kid go 0 for 5 from 3 and 0 for 6 for field, and still I feel like he played a pretty good game. He's good with the basketball. Just didn't shoot it well tonight. I think he's a good player. I like his poise. I like his ability to pass the ball. I like his movement on defense. He moves his feet really well. And he'll come back, I think, and he'll shoot the ball better, and he'll continue to get better, improve. It's only his second college basketball game. Right? Unfortunately, Tane didn't have a great game tonight. I had a tough, rough game tonight, but he'll be better. 6 turnovers, an air ball. Yeah, but we got Russ Dunn checking in, saying our defense looked good, our offense looked good, but Tane. Jen Clifton, we were talking about TW. Dougie and I were talking about coffee. That's Dougie's new favorite player. He's not here to talk about him. Dougie adopts a new player every year. And T Dubs has turned. We're looking for a nickname for Kofi. We're calling him the Seattle Coffee Guy. So you got a contest, T Dubs, out there for the best nickname?
Yeah, we need some nicknames. We said Kofi to coffee because it just looks like coffee, but that's probably too close. We need a real nickname for him. I don't know what it is, but Seattle's best. Power, to his credit, a plus passer, a bit oversized as a scorer. That's Hampton.
Yeah, I mean, he's highly recruited out of high school, and again, second game with us, right? And I think when you start, most people, I guess the majority of people, when they come into a game and just trying to figure out their role, very few people are going to be super aggressive and say, "This is my team. I get to do whatever I want." Some people are conscious about, okay, if I overshoot, if I have a turnover, I'm going to get pulled. I don't know my role. Unless the coach comes to them and says, you have the green light to do whatever you want. And there's a few players that clearly IMAC is going to be that guy for UVA. And Kofi may become that guy too. We got guys already predicting Kofi as a lottery pick. Him and Dougie. Dougie was saying the same thing. His second college game. Venti. I like it, Hampton. I like it. All right. I don't know about an embarrassment, Jake. Let's not like beat him up yet. He's a college kid. Yes, Peggy Portain. He'll get better. He'll do better. All right. Tough night for him. Let's not kill him. Right. We've got a lot of comment. Jacob already. Let's not beat somebody up just because they have one bad game. Right? Not everybody's gonna play perfectly in their second game of the season. So
Starbuck is a name. Big Drip.
Big Drip. Oh, I like
Big
it.
Drip.
Big Drip's a good one. I like that.
The Big Drip.
That's probably the best name so far.
I saw a good comment in there too. Did you see the one about the free throws? I mean, they were 11 of 12 tonight. Like that's a big improvement. That felt good.
Yeah. Now, how comfortable, T-Dubs, does a team like UVA become knowing they're playing against a team that's not so competitive?
Yeah, I always wonder that. Like, does this game serve any purpose, right? Like, because it is, not the best team. We're definitely outgunning them, outmanning them. Does it translate into the bigger games that we have coming? Yeah, I'd like to hope so. At least you get some,
Right. As a coach, you still want to be able to run your sets, and you want to do it against an opponent, right? And you need to have some games that against some teams that aren't great, but that are still playing different defenses, right? I just don't like them playing against a zone defense, a soft zone defense. I don't think that's what's getting you better. But maybe it's going to give some guys some confidence too. Right. And then the more confidence some guys get. And also you get to see as a coach yes, Maggie, I agree. Tane will be fine. He struggled tonight. But you get to see as a coach, right, what some guys, what their potential is, what their ability now is, and who they can become.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what, it's we're 2 games in, so it's starting, to get a little bit of a picture here with the Big Drip coming into form, the Big Drip.
WFS, who was already legitimized the Big Drip.
I mean, it's good, if you have a bad shooting night, if you're Tane or you're Sharma or TJ Powers, we have an easy win. You have a rough night and you can adjust. It's better to have those now than later, I would say, right? You get that out of your system, you see what you got to improve on, you got to lock in a little more. It doesn't hurt us. We got the win. So I mean, maybe that's what these types of games are for, right? I know we saw the box score and some of the scrimmages, and we saw a couple of 0 for 9s, whatever it was. So I hope it's not a trend and something we can correct. But that's really what these games are for. So hopefully they serve their purpose and these guys can turn it around.
Yeah, and the only concern I have is that somebody like Tane doesn't get discouraged, right? Or doesn't get down on himself.
Yeah.
Right. That's my only fear. Right. So thank you all the Big Drip fans. We got guys making suggestions and declaring themselves the winner. I'm just kidding, Big Drag.
At least the game felt stress-free. It felt better than the Campbell game. Yeah, this is what we wanted from the Campbell game, right? Nice.
No, and I think that's what a game like this does, right? Yeah. Games like Campbell, you have to get the rust off. You got to get guys. You got to allow guys to get comfortable, right? Jim, they actually won their first game against Lafayette barely, and they lost to Columbia. Villanova lost to Columbia their second game, right? Coffee with the double drip. We're not over. It hasn't been declared yet. D-Drag. Coffee with the double drip. With the double. I'm sorry. I thought she was calling him double drip. Coffee with the double drip. Okay. you know, so let guys make mistakes in the beginning. Let the team not be in sync. In the first game, I thought there were a lot of open shots. There wasn't a lot of communication, and the second half was the first time I saw so much energy on defense so far. Right? I don't know if you saw that too, JB.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. And it seemed like it was coming from everywhere. I mean, you see Day going up in the first half. He had that great contest, and then he saved it from going out of bounds while he was kind of falling out all in one motion. And then to start the second half, he's blocking guys off the backboard. Like I mean, it was just a great effort all the way around. I'm kind of curious. What do you guys think? Did you see enough from Day that he starts Friday night?
I don't know, but I think it also going to depend on Rhodey's back, right? And how is he, if that's what the injury is and how bad he is.
Yeah, no, that's fair. If he's healthy, how about if I word it that way? If he's 100% cleared, good, Rhodey, I'm saying, what do you think they do? If it's completely whoever you want to play.
It's a good question, and I think Day did show he was aggressive tonight, and I think you also have to take the competition into consideration. Rhodey didn't play great against the Campbell, who's not a great team, and Day played well against Coppin, who's not a great team. So if you're asking us, T-Dubs, I'm sending it to you.
Yeah, I mean, if you're asking me, it seems like Day would be the pick, right? I mean, we had an easier one. I mean, you can't compare the two teams. I think Campbell's offense was probably better suited for Tane because they were kind of running that Princeton style. So maybe it's going to be about the matchup. But I liked what Day brought some good energy. I like the way he moves around and plays with a pace that is a little different. I'm not sure he plays as much under a normal TV team, but I'm glad to see that Ron's playing him, right? That's a clear difference that we saw tonight. Would you agree, Mark?
Yeah. Well, if I lost you for a second, T-Dub, but you're talking about Day?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think he's definitely going to be the guy that I liked his aggressiveness a lot. I do. I like his ability to pull up shots, and I didn't see a lot of the Campbell game, but B-Drag calling me out. Yeah, Sharon Payne. How many points did Day have? That needs to be considered. I think his overall play needs to be considered. I think his overall aggressiveness, how many shots he's going to take and put up, I think needs to be considered. So I'm with you, Sharon.
Yeah, I think
Right, and I think he's more aggressive than Rhodey's been, and he's looking for a shot when it's there. And I think he can pick and choose. He's able to pick and choose. When he's identifying opportunities a little quicker than maybe Rhodey's picking, and I think that Rhodey, how much pressure do you start putting on yourself if you're struggling to shoot from the outside, right? If you're shooting 15-20%, are you still going to look at the basket the same way? And you're not, right? You're going to be you're going to be a lot more cautious in your decision making when you're going to pull shots. So I like Day. I think he's a little quicker than Rhodey. I think that, again, Coppin State. But if you base Rhodey on last year in the first game, I think you have to strongly consider starting Day, right? But maybe two different styles of point guards will work, and we'll see what happens. We'll see if Rhodey's available, and then I don't know. One game.
Jim is not impressed with TJ Power.
What I didn't love about TJ is I didn't love how he moved his feet on the perimeter defensively. Right? I know he didn't shoot it great tonight. Doesn't mean he won't shoot it great next time. He was 1 for 6 from the field and all threes. I don't know how much time he got in the second half either. Right? And I know Ron seemed to go with the big drip, and with and Sharma a little bit. So those guys, he was pretty quick to pull, and I think he got upset with TJ Power in the beginning of the second half. He pulled him like with 18 minutes left, 2 minutes in the second half, and looked like there was some miscommunication on a pick and roll.
Yeah.
And then I don't know when we saw Power come back in. I can't remember.
From
So,
Joe, what do you think of the
what do
new
you think of the
coach?
new coach? We need Dougie back in here, who was talking about Ron Sanchez before the game started. He said Ron Sanchez won him over after one game. And I said, Dougie, it's been one game and they played Campbell, right? And Dougie, to his credit, admitted that he's a knee-jerk reaction commentator. So, what do you guys think?
No, I'm all in on the Sanchez era. So he's the extension of TB. He's gonna have all the support from TB. This is the continuation of the program. If that's the one we will love, which we all do, I'm all for him. I think what we saw today is some adjustments that I like. So we'll see.
Somebody said something at halftime.
Yeah,
It was a whole different level of energy on defensive end. Right. That's a great point, T-Dubs, about the adjustments. 2 points I want to make about Ron is that extension of TB, yes, right, no question. Who's normally calm and poised. When they showed him on the sideline, he didn't look thrilled.
yeah,
I
he
didn't
was
see him
fiery.
when we were making the run. But toward the end of the game, like when the lead went from like 26 to 17, he didn't. Of course, you're not going to be thrilled, right? Because you're going to hold your guys to a standard, no matter who it is. If it's the starter, if it's your best player or a walk-on, right? And we just looked bad in the last 2 minutes, but that happens about minute 43, whatever it was, when you have your walk-ons who haven't had a chance, right? And when you look at how we played against Campbell, we didn't have a chance. So Chris Martin was saying the big drip needs to play major minutes. He showed tonight that he's certainly maybe fighting for that spot when it comes to when it comes to him versus TJ Power. What did you think of the coach, JD? What did you think of Sanchez tonight?
I mean, as a whole, I'm full on rooting for Ron. I hope he gets the job. I hope it goes well. If I had to grade him so far, I think he's been good, not great. Personally, this is just me thinking for him long term. I didn't really like the idea to put the walk-ons in, just because of, like you said, how quickly the lead kind of fell apart. I mean, I understand these are guys that they are part of the team. They're expected to play, but like for his sake, I think he needs to try to get those efficiency stats as much as possible. Like I don't know. I just wasn't real big on it. They haven't broke 70 in a game yet against two teams that are Ken Palm, 300 or worse. So that's not really too encouraging either. But
We got the bell for Ken Palm.
that's fair. But I mean, I do like that. He's doing some different things. Like playing Day is something I don't know that Tony would have done. I'm not sure that he went pretty quickly to the big lineup where Saunders
We got
moved
our
down.
fashion consultant, Brooke
Kind of like that.
Matt chimed in as our fashion consultant, said the coaches all look good and great. I'm sure they'll all be happy to hear that, Brooke. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a good 5. That was the one I was mentioning there when he moved
Christopher Martin
Saunders down.
saying Ames, Cope, the big trip, IMAC, Buchanan, Saunders look like a good 5. Yeah. Buchanan scored 4 points, 3 rebounds.
5 o'clock start on Friday.
What's that? T-Dubs?
Somebody said 5 o'clock start on Friday.
5 o'clock start Friday. Game is on TNT.
Mm-hmm.
T-Dubs, will you be on? I will be on from, I believe, 4:30 to 4:55.
Yeah, we'll be on. We'll be able to do it.
So,
Yeah, I think I can make that if you guys need it.
yeah.
Should be
So
good.
we would definitely be on, Bill. Thank you for chiming in. Peggy Moore saying I think she thinks that Ron Sanchez will continue with the pack line and continue to get it to be solid, and Sanchez will be a better offensive coach. That is Brooke. I don't know her last name, but said that we all missed the UVA. But we also want Sanchez to do it. So let's start looking towards Villanova really quickly. 2-1. I don't know that they got their best player back, but I know that I don't think he played the first 2 games.
Dixon's playing, right? Is that who you're talking
Dixon
about?
Dixon had 33, I think, the other night.
Yeah, he scored 33 on Columbia, but in that game they gave up 90. So
it was 90 to 80, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And then he had 22 and a 40-point win. And then against Lafayette, they won by 12, but that was a little bit closer than that. Yeah, Dixon did not play in that game, but he did play against Columbia, and they scored very good. So he's going to be tough to deal with. He's a really good player. Good size, great size. Shoots it well. 6'8". I believe he's a lefty. Right? He's a big dude.
He's a guy that can kind of score from anywhere too.
6'8", 265. Who's gonna play him?
I think they start with Blake on him because I think for Villanova's they're better off if he's kind of a 5-man and they try to space the floor that way to give him, playing 5 out, but also giving him room to work in the post. So I think it's got to start with Blake on him.
Thank you, Jen. And yes, we're going to start with Jay Willie shows very soon. So we're kind of working out schedules right now. No, that's so. If you start Blake on him, and we play man to man, like he's an inside scorer, he's an outside scorer. I don't know that. I think you have to start Blake right on him. I don't think you have another choice. Yeah, Tane just William Tane played like my microphone. Sorry, guys. Sorry, William. I don't know what's going on with my microphone, but that means it might be time for me to sign off if I'm doing that badly. Pack it in. JV and T Dubs continue, and I'll just listen.
No, I think it's Friday. What 4:30? Then we'll be back.
4:30. Yeah.
All right, that's a big game. I don't know if there's anything else before we'll need to plug before that, but if we can get Jay Willie, we'll shoot to do that, and then we're off and running, right?
My microphone and Tane will be better on Friday.
Tane and the mic will be back. Don't worry. Bring back the Jay Willie mugs from Danny Alter.
Danny, you got it. I'm gonna see you tomorrow night up in Iona.
Shout out Danny Alter. Sorry I missed you in New York, Danny.
T-Dubs, you want to sign us off?
Yeah, that's it. That's it for tonight. That's another win in the books for Sanchi. It's got like 380 more to beat out TV. But we're looking forward to this upcoming era. What do we got? Go Blue Hens. We got Ty playing right now and Kobe. So I know you got to go, Mark. Appreciate you jumping on. We'll fix your mic next time around. Appreciate everybody for jumping on. If you have comments, questions, hit us up. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook. We're everywhere. Hit us up in the forums. Dougie Fresh will be back as well. We'll have Havlicek next. Hopefully on Friday. We'll see. Actually, his schedule might be tight. Josh, if you're around, this is in Baltimore, so maybe we'll have a live look. I know my brother's going to be there, and a few other people are going to be there. So it's not a long drive. If you can make it, highly recommend you go and support the Who's. And we will see you on Friday. Big win. The big drip. I love it. We'll sign it out. Big drip, player of the game. All right. Peace out, everybody.
See you guys.